your progression, man.
Thank
Haven't.
you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. How can I help you,
So
sir? I
I'm
got you.
like a new player, I guess. Like I used to play back in like 2007, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really like accustomed to like anything. So this was like old Maple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
But
got you.
I've just been watching you for like the past 3 weeks. So I started about 3 weeks ago, and should I stream? Like, should I
Yeah,
share my
yeah. Let me
screen?
see your game.
Alright. Yeah. So I just had a couple of questions on like what I should be doing in terms of like where I am in the game and I guess what I would want to be done like next because I haven't done many bosses like Damien, like Lucid, any of those really. So I'm not really accustomed to like any of the bosses, and I kind of refuse to ask for carries. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really want to. I don't really want. I want to be able to do it myself, but I as well like I have a friend who started with me as well, so we're kind of like trying to help each other. And I picked Night Lord as like a main. I
Mm-hmm.
guess I hyper burned him first, and I guess in the past 3 weeks I got like my Legion to 3K, like following your Zakum tech. So what would you need to see? Like, I have like all of like the stuff that the hyper burning characters give you, like the
Mm-hmm.
boxes. So I'm just not sure. Like, should I be cubing or should I be going for certain items before I start to do a certain boss? I just been kind of just basic cubing for damage lines, but I'm not too sure if like that was the right play. It's just I
Mm-hmm.
felt like very underpowered as a Night Lord. Like I hear you talking about like it's like a really shitty boss, like a bossing character. I guess unless you're really strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Uh,
got you.
yeah. So just like any advice on like where I should go from here is like I'm still continuing to do Legion. I heard you talk about like parking at like 6K is a good area to go to,
Yeah,
and then after that.
yeah. That's a good stopping point. Okay, so I guess we could just make some sort of like game plan for you to keep you busy for a while.
Yeah,
Um.
that's what I'm basically looking for.
Okay, I got you. All right. So I guess one question is, have you unlocked CRA yet?
CRA? Yes. Yeah,
Because you
I've
have the
just started
temporary
doing it.
CRA still.
Oh, you mean like these ones?
Like
Like
your
yeah.
armor is the hat
Oh,
top and bottom are all CRA, but they're the temporary ones. That's the free ones you
yeah,
get. Did you
yeah,
get the
exactly.
shards?
Yeah, I have like I have the
I see.
pieces like yeah.
Okay, so you have the real ones. That's good. So you do clear
Yeah.
CRA. What bosses do you clear up to?
I clear up to I guess I've done up to like the CRA like Princess Snow and I got carried by this one guy who offered to do it. I first time, so I wanted to see how it was, and it was really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's like this is like the progression that I've done for these 3 weeks.
Okay, yeah,
But I
that's
just
not
wanted to,
bad.
yeah,
I guess because there's a lot to talk about, right?
y-
I guess the biggest thing to keep in mind is well, there's a few things. A few things to keep in mind. First thing is never compare yourself to anybody else. Okay, like a lot of this game, it just comes down to hours and luck. So if somebody gets luckier than you, they could get further in their progression than you. It's just how it is, right? And somebody has more time than you, then they could just progress more. So just don't compare yourself because a lot of new players they fall into that where they like see their friend do like X amount of damage and they're like, damn, bro, like why can't I do that much damage? I thought my class was supposed to be stronger. Like, no, there's a lot more factors at play. So if you ever feel that kind of way, like just remind yourself, like just don't compare yourself. Like it's your maple story, as I like to say. Um, and the other thing is keep in mind that a lot of these things in the game just take time as well. Like let's say getting your Golux gear, for example, right? Like that just takes
yeah,
time. Um, there's no other way around it.
right.
Just like it's just one of those things that just takes a lot of time to get. So sometimes you're gonna hit a wall where you're like, damn, I don't know what to do. But the only thing to do is just keep doing daily sometimes. So there's that. But in terms of like progression, I guess the first thing we should talk about is kind of see your Legion page. Okay, so you're at 3K, and you said you know about the Zac tech, so you get that
Yes.
over with. So
Yeah.
that's something you
Yeah.
should constantly be doing. Like Legion is the most important thing early game, definitely.
Yeah.
So in regards to like your time spent, like a very very high party Legion getting to 6K, like because that will make all of your characters really strong, and your main way stronger.
Okay.
And Legion coins allow you to buy more things from the Legion shop, which
Yeah.
like 2x coupons for example. So you could train even better, even quicker, because you'll have 2x. Um, in
So it.
regards, oh go ahead.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, like,
All good.
I was having trouble keeping up with the Legion coins versus like hitting the points. Like, I wasn't making
Yeah.
enough. So, like when it comes to that, do you just kind of fund your other characters for Star Forces? Like, is that what I would be doing?
Well, when you're leveling up a Legion character to 140,
Yeah.
you should go and get the Pencilier gear, like the stuff that just drops from mobs, and 10 star
Right.
and put it on. Like
And
that's
just put it on.
that's a really good like how do I say it? That's a good like habit to get into. Like when you hit
Okay.
140, go hit mobs until you get the Pencilier. You'll probably level a few times as well, so you get extra levels. So you'll be like 142 or something.
Right.
And then you also have the 10 star Pencilier, so your raid power does go up a little bit. So you should
Okay.
like get into that habit, and it'll help you in the future because in the far future when you go for 8K, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
do that anyways to train. But then you'll like your characters will already be prepped and ready to train in the far future. So
Right.
good
Okay.
habit to
So
get into
future
early.
prepping.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. Okay. So
and
that
it's
for
super cheap too.
Legion. Right. And so after, so when you said, like, mentioned like parking at 6K, should after that be focusing on your main, or like progressing on your main levels?
Yeah. I would focus on your main. So the way I like to look at it is 6K Legion is like a high priority, and then you get your main to at least 235. The reason you want
Okay.
to get to 235 is that you can unlock all of your arcane symbols, right?
Okay.
Because you're missing one symbol right now. You don't have that
Yeah.
Sphere symbol.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the only one I don't have.
yeah. So
Or
well,
I
you don't
guess.
you don't have
Yeah.
Morris yet. You didn't finish that either.
Yeah. I didn't finish that. Yeah.
Yeah. So once you unlock all your symbols, it's a really good spot for your main to be at, because that way you have all your dailies. You're not really missing any dailies at that point. So you
Okay.
could like, because all the symbols, I'm sure as you realize, like they're all time gated. It's just one of those things that, like, you just gotta keep doing
CRA
dailies.
or yeah, like Gollix. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
dailies.
So
It's just dailies.
you want to start that process as early as possible. That's why you hit 235.
Okay.
And then once
But
you're
I'm guessing.
235, 68 Legion, then you could progress your main even more. I'd say you could start going
Progress
for
your
like
main.
250. Yeah.
So because this character's hyper burning, like I have like a set time limit to get it to that
Yeah.
point. Is it really that difficult with hyper burning from like 230 to 250?
No, it's
Like,
very, very,
realistically?
very easy. Now,
Okay,
the
so
only thing that you got to keep in mind is that you are hyper burned, right? Because
yeah,
if you ever want to train characters past 200 in the future, you
yeah,
might feel like it's slow. But
right.
that's just because you're comparing to somebody who's like on drugs, basically. Like,
Yeah,
just crazy
exactly.
fast. So,
Right.
but just know it's not that bad. Even to 250,
Okay.
like without hyper burning, it's really not that bad. You just take it at your own pace. Um, and okay, so that's just like in terms of like what you spend your time on, like Legion, leveling up your main. But in terms of mesos, so you need to make sure you're on top of all of your meso sources. So, bossing obviously gives you mesos by selling the crystals. Ursus and Maple Tour, you should do those every day if you
Yeah,
can.
I do that, and I guess Maple Tour, Ursus, and Monster Park. I guess
Yeah.
just to make sure that I have those. And in terms of that, like I just know that Night Lords need the like this ring, like this, or sorry, this ring. Like,
Yeah,
is this a
you'd want to get that at some point, but
It's not a priority.
It's not a priority. Yeah,
Okay.
that's like for stronger Nightlares when you're doing like some like really serious bossing. Like that would help you out a lot. But
Okay.
like you wouldn't worry about that right now.
Even
Um,
odds, I don't have to worry about
no, Oz is one of the last things you worry about in this game entirely. It's very
entirely.
very like end game stuff.
End game. Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of just making money, should I, if I'm doing like events for cubing and stuff like that, should I be focusing on not damage lines? Like it should be meso lines?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna lead up to. So, like now
Okay.
that you have like all your meso sources established, what you do
Yeah.
with the mesos, the first thing you do over everything is you make meso and drop gear. That is the most important thing, um,
Okay.
in this entire game and all of reboot. So, accessories, get Meso and drop gear. So your rings, your pendants, your face, your eye, and your earrings. Those 9 items get Meso drop gear lines, and you need 5 lines of Meso and as many lines as drop as possible after that.
So okay, those should be priority.
Yeah.
So
So
so you work with the damage that you just get, not like with on your like actual armor, I'm assuming.
yeah. So there's different sources of damage in this game, right? Let me explain this real quick. So when you're upgrading gear, you upgrade gear in 3 ways, right? You either star it, you flame it, or you pot it, right?
Okay.
And the biggest thing that gives you the most amount of damage is stars. Stars give you more damage than flames and pots. So
Okay.
when, and in particular, when stars are over 15, they start giving you attack. Like, perfect example, you look at your cape. Your cape is 15 stars, right? You see how it says attack power +1?
Yeah.
And then, do you have anything over 15?
No, I don't. I just haven't. I guess I haven't done Star Forcing because I've always been scared of like, oh, like I'm wasting my money on doing it if I'm gonna get a better item like in
Yeah,
like
that's
3
fine.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I
that's
just
fine.
didn't know. I'm assuming that I'm supposed to replace like my gloves and my
Yeah,
shoes with Lab, right? Like
yeah,
those
and
would
your
be,
shoulder eventually.
and
But
my shoulder.
here, put your cape into the Star Forcing tab. Don't Star Force, just put it in there.
Just put it in there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No,
Okay.
your cape. No, your cape.
Oh, my cape. Sorry. Controlling.
It's all good. Yeah, so hover your cape in there. You see how,
Okay.
yeah, remember, attack power +1, right? And
Right.
now, you see on the right, scroll down a little.
Like
The,
where?
the where it says,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
right there.
like here? Yeah,
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 you see
yeah.
how it says attack power +9? That's what you would get if you
Oh.
got 16 stars. Right? So
So this is
stars,
the next line.
yeah,
Okay, like
this is what you're
stars.
gonna get if you succeed. Yeah, those are the things you
Okay.
get if you succeed. So after 15 you start getting attack, and attack is a very, very strong stat in this game.
Mhm.
And that'll give you more damage than, like, let's say you roll like, 2 lines of luck on it, for example,
Luck.
right? Yeah,
Okay.
on the pot. So that's why even though it might seem like you don't have damage, like, let's say your gear is all 17 stars, right? 17 stars meaning you would have 2 stars that give you attack because it's over 15. Let's say your gear is all 17 stars, but the pots aren't luck. They're like meso and drop. You're still getting a lot of damage because your stars give you attack.
Okay. But you're also making money at the same time.
Yeah,
or extra,
exactly.
right?
That's exactly right. That's why you want to make meso drop gear as soon as possible, because the
Okay.
gains will come. Because once you have that meso drop gear, it'll give you money, and then with that money, you could star it to 17 and get stronger that way.
So would I am I settling for 1 line or am I going for 2 line like minimum?
No, you're settling for 1 line for now, because 2-line meso drop is very, very expensive. Like for me, my gear is all like 2-line meso drop because like I can afford it. Like I worked my way up to that, but for now, as I mentioned earlier, you have 9 accessories total, right? And the max for meso is 5 lines. So that means 5 of your items would have 1 line of meso. And since there's 9 items total, you have 4 remaining. The rest would have drop. So you'd have 100% meso and 80% drop. That's like the standard like start for meso drop gear.
Okay. And I'm assuming like I made a shad as well because you mentioned how like they have with their passive it's like 20% extra
Yeah.
meso drop.
Mhm.
So I was assuming like should I at this point like should I even focus as well into that character to just make more money? It's level
No, no,
210
no, no.
or
I
just
wouldn't.
focus on or
Do
just
it
keep
on, do it
focusing
on the Night Lord. So basically every single class in this game can farm really well. Shad
Okay.
makes the most, but it's not worth right now to play a whole other character when your Night Lord can do it almost just as well. And
Mhm.
you don't just get money, you get a lot of EXP too.
Right, okay.
So
So
you would make the Meso drop gear on your Night Lord, and then as you're training, you'll make money.
okay. And by the way, this gear like it's not transferable, right? Like I
No,
just have
it's
to
not.
make right. So I just have to get the new pieces and then
Star them and
start
everything.
work,
Yeah.
start them and everything, right?
Mhm.
So but I don't have to do that till March. So that's okay for now to just keep like
Yeah, that's
just
okay. You
going?
could use the temporary one until they're expired. That's fine.
Okay. And obviously I shouldn't start them or
No, you can't,
yeah.
regardless.
Oh, you can't? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you
locked.
can't. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And somebody, sorry, in chat also mentioned like about the heart. Like I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to spend the 2 bill on the fairy heart. I just didn't know if it was worth it. Like, is it worth having that?
Yeah, you
Is
should
it
definitely
something
get a
hard
fairy
to get?
heart, but maybe not right now. It's probably better to spend the 2 bill on Meso drop gear.
Okay, so just getting Meso drop gear is
Yeah,
more
have you
important.
registered for DMT? I don't think you did.
I don't have like I've checked on all my somebody in chat also said like it's on the first character you logged in, and I didn't get a notification anywhere.
Yeah, that's
So
weird.
I
Maybe
don't
try
know.
logging into a town or something.
Logging into a town?
Yeah, like being in the town and then logging into your
Oh,
first character.
does that make a difference?
Apparently, people saying it only shows up in in the town, and it should
Yeah,
be in
like
your star tab.
yeah, like I
Yeah, it's not there. So
yeah. So I'm just assuming that I thought like it's full. Like that's what I thought.
no,
That it
no,
was
no, no.
so
Apparently, yeah, you might have to try logging into a town.
okay. So I guess I'll give that a shot. And then Android, is that something that comes with the heart? Like am I supposed to get
No, it
that as
doesn't. The Android, you could either there's different sources. You could either like buy one from the cash shop with real money, or you could just get a cash shop from the ignition event itself, or you could get an Android from the ignition event itself with the ignition coins.
Oh, okay. So okay, should I spend that? So is that something I should spend my ignition coins on? Like just getting an Android? That's something that's
Yeah,
important?
yeah,
A
yeah,
lot?
yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Once you get your heart, like definitely buy an Android too, because you can't use the heart without the Android regardless. You have to have an Android. So
Oh, okay. Awesome. Damn, wow, like that was like a lot of information in a short amount of time, but I
yeah, no,
understood everything.
it
Like
is a
that was
lot.
there's just so much to do in this game that sometimes it gets overwhelming, I guess,
Yeah, it
when especially
is.
when you're new, and you
Yeah.
don't want to kind of you don't want to fuck up or like waste money or because especially reboot is like all about making money. So, um, I just have I guess one more question is for bossing, just you just gotta have hands, right? Like that's all it is,
Well, you
like
don't you
practicing,
just
like
have to have hands. You got to practice. Yeah, like you said, you
like
got
you
to
just
practice.
like when you first started out, did you just like do like just practice runs on like the bosses?
Oh no, I
Like, you
was
would
gifted, bro. I was gifted with the perfect hands, of course. So, but
damn,
no, of course I
okay.
had to practice.
Number one makeler
Actually,
over here,
yeah,
yeah.
actually back in my day we didn't even have practice mode. So,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
we only got one shot a day and we had to learn that
Okay.
way. But yeah, I'm trolling. Just practice. Similar to farming for gear, you have to farm bosses. It's goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have to like for me, like when I was trying to solo hard will at the time, that was like one of the hardest bosses solo in the game. It took me over
Right.
50 tries, and
Okay.
every attempt I had to wait 30 minutes to try again. So
Okay.
like I was grinding that shit for like 4 hours a day. Like
Wow.
that's just how it is, you know. You have to grind out the bosses too. So, but eventually you'll learn it, and then you'll look back and be like, this is a baby ass boss.
So with my stats, am I supposed to be higher than what I'm fighting right now? Like, can I be, or like soloing stuff like Hard Magnus and like Damien, Logan,
Uh,
Houston?
Well, okay, so Magnus. Okay, let me put it this way: the bosses are in different tiers, right? Like as you can see
Right.
here.
Yeah.
Um, so like if you could do the 3 doors like Chaos, Queen,
Yeah.
and all that stuff, you could do Magnus like for sure. You could probably
Okay.
do Vellum as well. It's just gonna take
All right.
practice.
It's just
Um,
practice, right? Okay.
yeah, and then that next tier above, it does get quite a bit more difficult.
Okay.
I would recommend doing them like when you have like 6K Legion or so.
Okay.
Um,
60 Legion.
And there's something big that we haven't talked about that's like really, really big. That's very important and it is hard for new players to deal with is
Hmm.
nodes. Do you understand like
Uh,
the whole V matrix and node system?
yes. Yeah, that I understood. You really like I watched a lot of guides and you stressed the importance on them. So
Hmm.
I mean, getting your skill nodes like as high as possible. Like this is all that. I mean, like verbatim, what you said was that it's literally what makes a character. Like if you have max nodes, that's all that like matters really, right? Like
Hmm.
that's the number one important thing. So I mean, I haven't farmed really. Like that's the one thing I haven't really been doing is like farming nodes. And I know I came late to the party of totems, and that was like a really big thing for you guys.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, no, I've just been off of the hyper burning like stuff that it gives you nodes and Misty Island and all of those things. That's the only places I've actually gotten nodes.
What about the
Uh,
clover shop? Have you been doing that?
yeah, I've been doing the clover shop. I have two piggies, one on my
Okay,
shad and one
good.
on him. So I've just
Excellent.
been farming. So yeah, I've just
The
been trying to
piggies are
farm.
broken, so good
Yeah,
thing you know about that.
yeah. I figured that that's the number one thing you want to save your clovers for. So
Mm-hmm.
I spent a little money on like pouches and stuff, but I think it was worth it. It makes a lot of money, made it a lot easier.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and so I guess like the first thing you obviously want to max is your best like trio, right?
No,
So
no,
it
no.
would.
That's not how you should look at nodes. So,
Oh,
um, in terms of your nodes,
yeah,
especially as a Night Lord, it is very important for you to max your skill nodes first. Like whenever you have node shards, because you know how like when you disenchant useless nodes, you get node shards, and you
yeah,
could
yeah.
craft whatever you want. You want to put
Right.
that into your skill nodes,
Like,
particularly throwing Star Barrage, because that skill's duration itself increases the higher level it gets. So it not only does it
oh,
get stronger, the duration increases, so you're bursting even longer. And Night Lord
okay.
is a very, very burst class, and that's like your main skill to do
Right.
damage. So it's very high priority. But the other thing with boost, so there's a difference. Is there's skill nodes and boost nodes, right? The boost
Right.
nodes are like the gray ones, and the skill nodes are the blue ones. Those gray ones, the boost nodes, they will naturally level up as you open nodes. Like I'm sure like let's say you open 20 nodes, I'm sure you get a bunch of boost nodes. You're like, oh hey, like I opened this trio that can fuse into my current one,
Yeah.
right? But you don't open that many skill nodes. That's why you want to use your node charts into skill nodes, because
Okay.
your boost nodes will naturally max themselves out as you open nodes.
But you want to put it in the actual the skill ones.
Yeah,
So like, all these ones.
and
Okay.
particularly for you, throwing Star Barrage first.
Throwing Star Barrage first. Okay, so that
Yeah.
should be like a high priority. As well as like the other notes, like the I guess I think it's Urda Nova. That's something that is important.
Yeah, so the thing about Ordanova, since you're a Night Lord and it bursts every 3 minutes, you don't need it higher level than level 10. Because once
Okay.
it's level 10, it goes to a 3 minute cooldown, which lines up with your burst, right?
Okay. And then I guess as well, like Holy Symbol for drop rate is something that's important.
Um, it's not that important. So
It's not.
Holy
Okay.
Symbol is important, but the thing with early game is, you want to maximize your kill rate versus your buffs. I don't know how to describe it. So let me put it this way. So if you can have a higher kill rate, let's say you kill 100 mobs in an hour, right? And you have no EXP buffs, it's better than killing 30 mobs in an hour with a bunch of EXP buffs, right?
Okay.
Because you're just killing more mobs. So you want to maximize your kill rate before you start like optimizing your kills with
Right.
EXP buffs, stuff like that.
So this is another source of like what you're talking about, where your damage comes from, as
Yeah,
well as the.
nodes give you so much damage because nodes directly make all of your skills stronger. Like directly give your skills, like for example, like let's say you hover over one of your boost nodes, right? Look at the top one, the one on the top right. Yeah, so you see how it says quad star final damage plus 40% and
Yeah.
showdown assassin's mark whatever. That means
Yeah.
those skills are directly doing 40% more damage if you have that node on versus off.
Oh wow.
Like 1.4 times. That's like
Wow.
why nodes are so important. And then at max, it's 120%.
Okay.
So they're doing over double damage.
When they're at level 60, correct?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. And do these and like your skill nodes though, they only go up to 30?
Yeah. Yeah, only up
Okay.
to 30.
Only up to 30. Okay.
Mhm.
As well as do I focus on like decent sharp eyes and
No, no, no. Decents, you keep
other
them
ones?
all at level 1. The only one that you
Oh,
level up
really?
is
Okay.
what's it called? Holy symbol. All the other ones you
Oh,
keep at level 1. The reason you keep your decents at level 1 is because whether they're level 1 or level 30, they give you the exact same stats except for a tiny bit of an all stat difference, but that's like so min max that's something you do at the end.
the end. Okay.
Yeah,
So
you don't
that's
want to
not
waste your
final.
nodes on things like that. That's like so low
Okay.
value.
Yeah, see, I think that's like something that's so important to tell somebody who's new is like what to spend your nodes on, because
Yeah.
it's like, you're gonna like disenchant some things that you need or stuff like that, and it happened to me. So I just that's why I really needed to ask about I guess just like specifically what's the importance level of each node. I guess it's based on class, right? Like what
Yeah,
class you
no,
play, right?
classes are different exactly. Usually class discords have that information.
Right.
There's a class discord for every class. Usually like they have that for people. Like you could just look at their, it's usually called like an FAQ question, like frequently asked questions section, and they usually have stuff like, oh, this is the max order of your skills. But for Night Lord, like 100% throwing Star Barrage first, and then everything else is like doesn't matter, to be honest. Like like whatever thing you want, cause your what's it called? The skill on the top left, your explosive tags.
Yeah, this thing. This,
Yeah, throw blasting. Like whether it's level 1 or level 30, you still get 68 charges of that skill. So that's why it's
okay.
like lower priority to max. Even though it is a really strong skill, it's not like an egregious loss if like, or like an egregious gain if you max it first versus last.
That's why this has so much high value.
Yeah,
'Cause it
see how
does
it says duration 26 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, at max it's duration 50 seconds. And it's
Wow.
stronger,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So it does
I
more
thought,
and the duration is higher.
yeah, I thought it just increased like your throwing skills gain an extra attack speed. Like I thought that was the only thing that you gained from it, but it's a lot more than that. I see.
Yeah, so imagine
That's
double duration, you're over twice as strong, right? So
right. And also I always see something that I'm missing is AB. I guess.
AB is a link skill.
Yeah. So I need to make that's for Angelic Buster.
Yeah, Angelic Buster link skill is very important for bossing. It gives you a
Okay.
skill you can use that gives you 60% damage at level 3 link, meaning AB is level 210. It gives you 60% damage for 10 seconds, so it's like a burst buff.
Okay. So it's important to get that.
Yeah, it's really good for you for bossing, but the more important thing is just to make links that help you train, because AB
Yeah.
link doesn't help you train.
I guess for links I have like all the like the combo. I have everything at level 2 that was for training. I guess like Elven Blessing and for damage. I'm not sure if I'm missing something specific, but
No,
yeah.
your links are pretty good. You have most of the links pretty much. I have a chat command, exclamation point links. Like there's like 7 links in chat. Those are like
Yeah.
the most important ones you make on a fresh account. So
Okay, yeah. Ilium is the only one I didn't make. I guess that's really important as well.
yeah,
Okay.
that gives you a lot. It's like 12% damage the whole like permanently as long as you're moving around. So
Like, can I also ask, like, is this just not broken that it gives you like 20% crit rate at 210?
yeah, Phantom Link
Like,
is so important.
Phantom?
That's why it's in one of those 7 first ones you do.
Like I like because I'm playing Night Lord, I guess I don't feel like how because we get like the extra crit rate already.
Yeah,
Like
Nylord
I
has a
already
lot of crit. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't feel it, but every other class like Link that I play, like their crit rate is really low. So I guess like Phantom Instinct is really important for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So yeah, no, that's I honestly that was really helpful. Like I understand like the direction I'm supposed to go. I was just worried about how I can progress without like wasting time, I guess. And sometimes I felt like I'm wasting time on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a lot of things to do, like just making new Legion characters, doing Zakum, doing all your dailies, and then as well as progressing on this guy because I just really also want to see what it's like to be a higher level and fighting those bosses because I've never done it before. So,
Mm-hmm.
should you? So, but would you suggest to just park at 6K Legion and then, uh, then kind of just keep progressing forward?
Yeah, 6K Legion is a really good stopping point. There's another few things to keep in mind. First thing is like, if you ever feel overwhelmed, like just chill. You know what I mean? Like don't force yourself to do anything too crazy, and and don't try to do too much at once. Like even if you
Okay.
feel like you're gonna FOMO, you're gonna miss out. Like it's better than burning out and not playing anymore. Assuming
Dude,
you
like
still want to play the game, right?
25 days of playing Misty Island is like
Yeah.
already so draining.
Yo,
Like,
even for me, like I've been playing. I was talking about this yesterday. Even for me, like I've been playing this game every day and min maxing for years and years. And I was complaining yesterday. I'm like, this is a lot. Like this is a lot. So I can't even imagine for a new player who like has even more things to worry about. But just know that nobody is ever 100% efficient, like ever. So if you make some mistakes along the road, like it's fine, bro. It's not that big a deal. Like there's not that many cases where you're just like you fuck up so hard, you just like bricked your account and that's it. Like you just can't like progress anymore.
I mean, I haven't gotten to a point where my items have boomed, so I think I still have a lot of feelings to go through when that happens. I'm
Yeah.
sure you've went through your
Yeah, everyone's got to go
fair
through
share.
it, so it's all good. It's all part of the process.
But dude, I really do appreciate you taking some time out just to show me where to go. I will definitely keep playing and grinding.
Yo, I got you,
Thanks
bro.
so
I'm
much
glad I
for-
could help you out.
Yeah, thank you. Like your content is really, really great. I just want to say your YouTube, like informational wise, I think you're really like good with your word choices and like being very specific about what you're supposed to be doing. I've watched so many like YouTubers, and I think you've got what it takes to really be like one of the best. If not, you already are #1 Mapler. We already
Thank
know
you,
that.
bro. You're making me blush, bro. For real. Thank
No,
you. So
no,
kind.
no. Seriously, it's so good. Just keep up the content, man. You're gonna boom. It's gonna
Thank
be
you
a
so much, for real.
5K daily, man. 5K
5K
daily.
daily, dude. That'd be
5K
crazy.
daily,
man.
bro.
That'd be
You're the
crazy.
biggest Mapler, man.
Dude,
Thanks so much again.
I
Appreciate
got
it.
you, and good luck. And
Alright.
if you ever need anything, like there's always this Discord. People will help. Type a chat, whatever you want. I'll be around. So
Yeah,
thank you, bro.
honestly, the community is so fucking good, legendary. Everybody in chat is super helpful. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Take it easy, bro.
See you, bro.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yo, this guy was so nice. What the hell? Yo, rare nice Night Lord, bro. Mega rare nice Night Lord, bro.